Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Nikita Antoine and today we'll be doing a message for the sign of Sagittarius. As always, Saggy, all of the readings are timeless, so when the message finds you and resonates, then it is yours at the time in which you find it. I have done your spread today, Sagittarius, with my triple combined deck. It's the Luna Tarot, the Ethereal Visions Tarot, as well as the Dreamscape Oracle, all by Matt Hughes. So you'll be seeing those in your spread. Now, I did go ahead and pull your underall, your bridge, and your overall energy for the reading, basically the framework of your reading. And something paranormal happened in this house. So, and when it happened, I didn't know how to explain it. And I just kind of like everything, like, I was I was like stunned. I was stunned. That has to be the word for it. So my cat, you've seen my cat in my videos, Luna, she comes and she sits next to me. Usually you can see her tail, right? But she was sitting here and she was meowing at me. And I'm thinking, okay, yeah, she's going to end up getting up on my lap, whatever. It's fine. She does her thing. But then all of a sudden, I look over and she's actually over there running after something. So it was almost like either it was kind of like a glitch happening. It was like she was here, but then not, but she wasn't here. She was over there. I don't know why I'm so hung up on this. And it might have something to do with your reading. It seems like there's something paranormal happening where it's like something that is here is being moved to another location. It's like, yeah, like that. Like if an item like Luna is literally on this, I guess, what do you call that? What do you call that? 222. Is that telekinesis? Like moving objects with your mind? That's what it felt like. And I was totally stunned. I don't know. So I ended up ending that reading because it's like it like blew me like out of the water. Anyways, so the underlining energy for your reading, Sagittarius, today is the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is coming up as a prophecy, actually, a prophecy that was that has been seen. I don't necessarily know like the time frame on it, but it's talking about a prophecy that you received from some type of messenger, because the white raven is, of course, it's a messenger. So it could have been received like maybe somebody telling you this. No, I don't think that's what it is, because the queen receives. So what it means is that you received a prophecy, some type of prophecy. That's the underlining energy of your reading. And in the bridge, so the bridge is like the segue to the underlining energy, right? The bridge is the segue into the overall energy. And your bridge today is the light. And you see how this, it's like the prophecy is like looking into the light. Okay. You presently here are not looking into the light. You're looking at this sword, which is almost like we're separating the two. We're separating the prophecy from the vision. You're looking at the vision, but the prophecy is looking at the light. That is fascinating. So, in the overall energy, we have the overall energy, we have the justice. And this is really like, look at this, look at the dynamic between these two. I mean, the justice energy is essentially, it's the major arcana version of the queen of swords. So there's something about like an upgrade that's happening here. It kind of looks like, because we're dealing with a lot of swords energy, it's looking very similar to like some type of download. And that could have been what that vision is. The vision is the download, but the prophecy is this looking into the light. What does that mean, looking into the light? I don't know what that means yet, but there's a dynamic here where it's like you're transitioning into the justice energy. So you're going from like kind of like a minor, you're going from like a minor player to a major player. It's like you're moving to the big leagues is what it's kind of like what it's referring to. There's a next level, like an upgrade, something along those lines. So it seems to me that you've received a vision of some type of prophecy that is going to end up, unfolding in front of you. And it has something to do with some type of upgrade, something that you're going to be receiving. Because this is receptive, and it seems like this justice energy is, well, it's also receptive energy too, because she kind of seems to me like she kind of sits in one spot. So there's a lot of like receiving. It could be receiving of vision. And I'm wanting to actually bring up that like kind of very bizarre like movement, this telekinesis movement, as that seems to be like what the upgrade is. Because we see the Queen of Swords moving into the Justice, and it's like Luna was here and now she's here. So it's like it's that type of movement. It's something that is well, it's instantaneous. Like when a light is turned, it's almost like I know there's like a small lag in it, but what it's talking about is like it's an instantaneous like movement, which is really interesting because you're starting off your reading actually in the Hangman. So you're starting the reading off in the Hangman, and fascinating imagery came up for me today in this card, and it's never come up before. But I looked at this Hangman, and all of a sudden, this piece of rope here that he's holding himself on suddenly looked like a snake. And it looks like a snake that, you know what I mean, is like looking directly in your face. That's what it looks like. And I know that there is some um I think it's in Hinduism. I'm not 100% sure, but it's talking about like Shiva and him looking into the snake. Okay. I don't know much about that, but there's something about that imagery, and I can't remember the specific like symbolism behind it, but is it talking about him looking into like the face of death or something like that? So what I'm seeing here is it's like you're holding there's a tension that's happening between you and this snake. It's like you're holding the snake at a distance just enough for it to not actually like bite you, but you're also like using its body to hold you in a position where you're going to be receiving like a vision, something like that. That's what this is talking about. Receiving some type of vision or download. And it's coming to you through this interaction. So it's insinuating that like you kind of have to allow the snake to bite you, is that's what it's insinuating, because you're coming up. So the next card that's coming up is this Page of Wands, and this Page of Wands talks about usually like a judgment of distance, and paired with the Hangman, it's almost like like you're wanting to pull yourself up. You see, like he's wanting to lift himself up even higher to gain a higher perspective. But when you do that, you inevitably end up pulling that snake closer to your face. So you see how it's like, if I pull myself up to gain more enlightenment, I'm going to end up being bitten by this snake. So it's like you're toying, you're judging the kind of like the distance that's needed for you to stay as far as you can away from the bite of this snake, while also lifting yourself in a position where you can receive this. It's actually coming through now as like a gift, because it's a death. It's like something that you would be like doing, performing, or something along those lines. Okay, but and this is all a part of the tension that is inside of this Hangman, is like that there is something in you that kind of is like, it's very edgy. It's like allowing that snake to get so close to you that it's like, it's just, it's kind of like, it's nerve-wracking. It's like that's what it feels like. But the more that you do it, the more that you are receiving. You're like receiving all of this prophetic vision, these downloads, these gifts, everything. You are like lifting yourself into enlightenment. But then it's like you are toying with this so much that it's almost like it ends up getting, it's kind of like Icarus. Like, Icarus flew too close to the sun. So, and the wings that he had made were made of like wax and stuff. So his wings ended up like melting and he fell from the sky. It's kind of, it's kind of that type of concept here. It's like it's going to get so close to you that it's going to end up biting you. And when it does, like the shock that comes over you, you're going to release your hand from this snake, and it's like and then you're dropping from this tree, from this vantage point. And it's like, there's nothing necessarily like difficult about this drop or anything. It's kind of like you just drop. It's like you dust your shoulders off, and then you stand up, and then you then see how far you had pulled yourself up. It's like that. It's like you're measuring your own. This is interesting. It's like you're measuring your own enlightenment. Like you're judging it from now a distance, because now that you've fallen, you can see the progress that you had made, is what it's referring to. However, when you fell, this snake has come with you because it's attached, right? It's attached to your foot. So the tool, the object that you've used to bring yourself into an enlightened state is now being carried with you in the Page of Wands. And what is so fascinating is that it's now turned into something that is really like flexible and malleable, right? Into something that is rigid. So it's talking about something that you can like, you can stand on it. It's solid. So your sense of how do I explain this? Your sense of your being, like your enlightened being, is solid. It's like it's grounded in with you, and you carry it with you everywhere that you go. So it's kind of, it's also giving me a message of, if you've heard like the story of Moses when he goes into the Pharaoh's, I don't know what you call that, like his palace, and he presents the staff, and the staff is actually like, well, God ends up, it helps him transform the staff into a snake because he's like battling these other magicians, and they're trying to, they're like, I don't know. Yeah, so what it's talking also about is like, it's your enlightened state is so solid that you can, it's like you can present it, you're presenting it to others, and it's like your faith and belief and trust in this light is, it's really strong, it's really strong. And it's like when Moses went in there, he didn't know exactly how he was going to, engage. And it's like, don't worry, everything's, it's like everything's gonna be handled. Everything's gonna be handled by this light and justice. So, um, so when you've fallen from that hangman position, from this really high, it's coming through as like a high nirvana state, like Shiva, right? When you've fallen, this wand came with you. That's that snake energy that you would use to pull yourself up to an enlightened state, which kind of means that you can do that again, because you have that tool that's with you. But also, what has come with you is, um, this Page of Pentacles. So it's like you're when you fell, you got two things that are coming along with you. You've got that, the wand there, and then you've also got this Page of Pentacles, which is presenting itself around your crown. I'm getting like excited. So this is talking about all of the things that you have learned. The Page of Pentacles talks about learning. All of the things that you've learned in the process of pulling yourself up. In the process of pulling yourself up into this enlightened state, these are all the things that you've learned. It's really interesting because it seems like you are, because you're coming up as a page energy, it's almost like falling from, okay, I'm hearing like falling from, I don't know, is that like from grace, or it's like a fallen angel type of, it's, that's what it is. It's like a fallen angel. It's like, are you Sagittarius embodying a fallen angel? And it's like you got yourself up to high high state of nirvana, of being. You're in the light, right? And then as you fall down into this realm, it's like you're starting off as a page, which is, that's the first level in the court cards, right? So it's almost like you're starting all over again. But the beauty of it here is that you have I want to call this faith. You have your faith intact, your connection with the light, with the divine source, in all that it encompasses too, because we were talking about how the snake, it can bite you too, but you see what I'm saying? It's an all-encompassing space, energy. And not only do you have that, but you also have all of the things that you have learned on your way up. So it's like when you start again, all over again, when you start again at the page energy, it's like you have all of the tools, you have all of the things that you need in order to be successful in this new level. Because we were talking about an upgrade from a minor player to a major player. So you have everything that you need in order to move forward on this adventure of yours into this new level, this next step for you. And what I'm loving here is that we're ending off this portion of the reading with the magician. So it's like, and the magician talks about that. The magician talks about having all the tools that you need to create the world that you want to exist within. So it's like you're getting a new opportunity to start fresh, brand new, to start over. Because this Ouroboros, it's the snake again. It's it's talking about, it's like it's coming back around. So it's coming back around, so you're starting fresh again. It's like you're taking that snake that was here. This is interesting. Because in the hangman position, this snake is, well, it's not in the same shape as this Ouroboros. So it's talking about being free of cycles, right? Free of the confines of being within a cycle. But then when you fall, like when you fall into this realm, into this earth plane as a page, it's like you're entered into a new cycle. You're entered in, that's interesting, entered in. It's like you've been entered in as a new player. Well, that makes sense because you're going from a major or minor character to a major character. Major player is what I mean. Which is absolutely fascinating. So, Sagittarius, I'm going to go ahead and pull some more cards for you and see what is wanting to come out next for you. This is so exciting. All right, I'll see you then.